Can you guys hear me? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Can you guys hear me? I'm going to just make sure we're good. Hey, what's going on? Wow, you guys popped in here pretty quick. I just felt like winging it. I'm like trying to, I got the vaccine, flu vaccine today, so I'm just trying to see how things are going. So I'm going to give it about 5 or 10 more minutes. I'm just going to try to post some links and go from there. My Instagram story. Hey, what's going on? Oh, we got a pretty good crowd here. So how are you guys? You guys buy anything today? Just going to post one quick Instagram story. We'll get the ball rolling. Holy cow, there's a lot of people popping on here. Just going to post one quick story and we'll be good. All right. Yeah, and I saw you change your name to Dividend Dynasty. Do I know when a stock is too high in any stock? I will say the one time I did sell IIPR, it was like insanely high, and I sold it for a profit, but I rebought it. I mean, I just couldn't keep up with it. M1 Finance was like something like $180, and I sold it and threw it in other dividend stocks. But normally, I'm a long-term dividend investor with stocks. I did, say in my video that I sold BGS. I wasn't happy with the way things are looking. They're at risk of a dividend cut, and that's why I did it. And of course, this is not financial advice, so I just want to make this clear. Michael, how you doing? So, I mean, trading, I tried it. Eventually, I need to grow a pair and start investing with options. But right now, being a travel nurse in nurse practitioner school, it's a little bit challenging. I really set the bar high. And I took courses first, didactic coursework. And now I have more time to be on here. I was going to try to do a collaboration with Matt Money and go live on his channel, but he's busy. And, I was just like, all right, I'm going to wing it tonight and hop on here. It just feels really good to have a lot more energy now. This is the first time I had 8 hours of sleep. I had a really good workout. I got the flu vaccine right in this deltoid. So feels like a linebacker hit me right now playing football back in the day. But I'm really excited just to be on here and interact with you guys and see this channel grow. Things are looking pretty strong. A lot of you guys have recommended for me to invest in, Zim, and a lot of those. Well, I'm a little slow. Actually, did enjoy about an hour ago. I had a cigar. I'm not really into cigars. I do it only on occasion. So it was good to take it and relax. And I have a small glass of scotch as well, actually bourbon. So it just feels really good to get back in the swing of things. I mean, gosh, I can finally work out, 4 or 5 days a week, start training hard. So it was a good feeling. It was a really good chest workout. So I really can't complain. Michael, you know what I'm talking about. You like get enough rest and you feel refreshed and your workouts are like amazing. That's how it felt today. It was a good feeling. So I posted a video, by the way, earlier about JEPQ. I really like that one. I'm going to try to figure out how to integrate that with my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. And as you guys know, my strategy is to make about $1,000 to $3,000 a month on my monthly dividends and $2,000 to $4,000 a month on my quarterly dividends. And options trading might be a way to turbocharge my dividends. I'm going to discuss that with Matt Money, probably privately over via cell phone, understand some strategies. And I mean, he's really good at what he does and really excited to have a collaboration video with him. It's hard to tell. I mean, Hollywood reseller. I mean, I'm a person that dollar cost average. If there's a dip here or there, I buy, dividend stocks. It really, what happens, obviously, with a pandemic that happened, I picked up a lot of shifts being a registered nurse working on COVID units and stuff, capitalize my dividend portfolio. And that's why it's so strong today. And the ball's rolling. But, anything, the market's based on emotion. And that's the nice thing about dividend investing is you just dollar cost average, put money in, park it, reinvest the dividends, and then just let things flow. So a lot of people in day trading, they lose a lot of money, but I don't care if my portfolio loses money. I'm just going to buy more. So the long term is passive income, and that's the way I do it. I mean, to say that I'm not learning either. I learn all the time. I mean, I finally have time to really research a lot of the dividend stocks that I bought. Obviously gluttony is a sin. So a lot of the food stocks like FLO, I started loading up on. I really like their business approach. Literally the bread that I see right across from me in my apartment complex is a product of Flowers Foods. And, if the economy's bad, people are going to buy bread. I mean, bread's cheaper. So that's one thing that I put in mind with buying Flowers Foods. I'm going to have to look into that. I mean, I'm going to have to write a lot of these stocks that you guys mentioned. There's so many of them. Let me get a pen or a pencil. I got all my papers from clinical. You think everything's clean, you're complex, and then you start rotations and papers are everywhere. Let me write that down. TPVG and VFC. Yeah, I'll look into that. I mean, there's a lot of dividend stocks that you guys recommend. That's why I go live and just review them, evaluate them. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but there's so many good dividend stocks out there, and you guys make life easier for me too. So I appreciate that. I mean, I'm very basic with my reviews. Some people are like, where's your technical analysis, blah, blah, blah. I guess I'm being somewhat basic with a technical analysis. I mean, I don't really discuss candlesticks, this and that. I try to keep it very basic to everyone. I mean, being a registered nurse, trying to explain to people medications, I don't want to go in depth with the pathophysiology or pharmacology of medications. I just want to be basic, you know. Yeah, I was going to mention that in a video with the reverse stock split. That's always a bad thing. And ORC, I did post a video on it, I'm pretty sure. I just don't like it. And a reverse stock split is always a problem with stocks if they're in damage control usually. See, I'm not giving financial advice. A good dividend stock, it depends on what your strategy is. I mean, I like 3 to 5% of a dividend yield. Store Capital is one of my favorites. It's a little bit down. It's, Warren Buffett owns a very small percentage of it. He sold a lot of shares, but the dividend growth is pretty solid. VC Properties is another one. They just hiked their dividend. And I just made an Instagram post. I mean, literally working during the pandemic, my 403B was employee contributions was cut. I mean, this is a nurse working on a COVID unit, and I didn't get a raise, but my dividend stocks gave me a raise. So, that's my retirement pension. That's my passive income. And I always encourage you guys to have multiple sources of income. That's why I post videos on Fundrise. Fundrise is a really good platform for people like myself who don't have time to invest in individual real estate, but it's just, they do the job for me, and it's pretty convenient. Yeah, I like all three of those. HTGC, Sachem, and Rhythm Capital, which used to be the former NRZ. I have that in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. And really, I won't say a dividend stock is good and try to pump it, if it's not a good stock. I really say if it's garbage, it's garbage. So, my thoughts on AGNC, my thoughts on Prospect Capital. Dividends that decrease over time and don't have any growth, I try to stay away from it. The only problem with like real estate and the REITs and stuff is reported income, but I don't care. You're making money when you're sleeping. Yeah, I agree. Dynasty, it's I know you're heavy in your Roth, and you post about it, make Instagram posts about it. All three of them, Franklin Resources. One of my goals is to probably get to about 200, 400 shares with Franklin Resources. Ally Bank, ALLY. I think you put ALL, maybe if that's what you're saying, but Ally is a really hot one with solid dividend growth. Very phenomenal. I mean, it makes sense why Warren Buffett bought those guys. Ally Financial, excuse me. I mean, Prudential is a really good one too. I threw it in my traditional Roth IRA. Yeah, ALLY. I just posted a video on those guys recently. Very good dividend growth. That's a big one that we've been seeing with our FinTwit/DivTwit community, especially on Dividend Warrior Wednesday when I give shout outs. I'll have to call Lanny or send him a real life Facebook message and try to figure that out with Bert. I didn't have a chance to run into Lanny on the 4th of July, but I ran into his brother because I went to grade school with his brother, and Lanny was 2 grades below me in my grade school. So definitely want to do one with those guys. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And now I'm finally like having a real schedule and stuff. So, hopefully we can get that. And, I'm going to try to catch up with Marco, grab a drink here and there, and see if I can see how things are going with him, and maybe do a like a FinTwit, DivTwit, Northeast Ohio meeting. I had one with some of the investors. It was a lot of fun. I mean, go on their channel and tell them, you know, Darth Dividend wants do a video with Darth Dividend. That'll get things going. I don't know how the hell that guy does that with marathons, Lanny. Crazy. And I'm telling you, he was one of the best students in Akron's accounting program. Not even kidding. Yeah, I mean, again, right now being in graduate school, I mean, you can make a lot of money with covered calls, and Matt Money is really good with it. So is Hidden Freedom, if he's not drinking his White Claws. And yeah, it's Retire with Less is very good with that. Same with Thumper, and yeah, they do a really good job with that, and something that I need to learn how to do. Dave really doesn't drink White Claws, but it's a really good Achilles heel thing to get him going. So a lot of you guys that follow me on Instagram, I always tag you guys in like photos and stuff with Dave. I'm like, look, it's Dave. It's too easy. Let's see, White Claws, and yeah, that would be kind of funny to troll him if he went live with his camping journey. I mean, kudos to him for retiring on passive income and everything. Good guy. Noble's a very good Dividend Aristocrats ETF. No doubt that is. There's a reason why they're really good. I remember before I even started doing videos, who really posted videos on that. I don't know what the heck happened to him, but Kenny Robinson really promoted Noble, and he was a big fan of Noble. That is a really good Dividend Aristocrats ETF. So the one thing with ETFs, obviously, is expense ratios, and you have to pay money eventually over time with a huge account. So that's what that's why I love Vanguard VTI. I'm going to be setting up a traditional IRA probably this week or so I can max it out. And with my income with travel nursing, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but with my income bracket with travel nursing, I'm going to have to do a traditional IRA route versus Roth IRA. So something that I just have to do. So probably dollar cost average every week. The mining stocks are just they're up and down. I mean, that's the one thing that's a turnoff. Probably what I do is weekly, or I just say I'm throwing $100 in Arbor today. I mean, I just do that. I dollar cost average Monday, and I sometimes just throw in $100. I'll be like, I'm going to buy 100 here. I'm going to buy 100 in VTRS. I'm going to buy 100 in Cion, CION. So it just depends. Depends on the situation. If there's a dip, I always have strike money around. I like to have X amount of dollars in my bank account, obviously for emergency funds. But being 37 and single and no kids, it's fun. INTC, beautiful stock. I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, right there, Trader Joe, those are excellent choices. Good dividend growth stocks. With Walmart, that one, does have a stock split history. The dividend growth's a little bit slow, but I'm telling you, Walmart is busy all the time. And that's what I tell people, don't look too much into it. When things are busy and people are in and out like crazy, it's a beautiful business. Starbucks, people are in the line at Starbucks. Doesn't make any sense. I have an espresso machine right over here. I mean, I buy their beans here and there, but I don't need to go to Starbucks. But people have to get Starbucks. I mean, one of my friends that I went to a wedding with this past weekend, literally she sent me a snap of like her getting Starbucks like on her like, and she's a travel nurse too. She's one of the people that got me into travel nursing and to finally, get out of my comfort zone. But she's like, yeah, I'm getting Starbucks right now. And I'm going to teach her how to dividend invest. I promised her I would. So it's very simple how to invest and learn how to do things. I mean, there's good companies. People say, what's good to invest in? What do I like? I mean, my philosophy is about a 3 to 5% dividend yield. Walmart's like an empire. I mean, they're just powerful. It's insane. They have a pharmacy. They got all this stuff in them. Same with Kroger. Problem is, you have a bank and you have people that have poor socioeconomic issues. What happens if they go bankrupt? So that's going to be a problem. Student loans, you're stuck with it. It is what it is. It's amazing the business model of Kroger. I mean, just being in Cincinnati, Ohio, and expanding. I keep on telling myself every day, why am I not buying Wendy's? And I smoked a cigar earlier before I went on this video. I'm like, oh. But before I posted this video and posted the video on live, I'm like, throat's like really scratchy now. But yeah, it's Kroger's really good. Walmart's good. I mean, they know what they're doing. That's why people buy them. They're good dividend growth stock. Yeah, I mean, I need to figure out where to put Wendy's. It's a lot cheaper than QSR. It's a lot cheaper than McDonald's. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot of advertisement. It just hit breakfast and stuff. So, the future is bright with Wendy's. What's going on? We got another Twitter follower. How you doing, Angelica? Never had them. I'm actually going to start my cutting mode. Like I'm slowly doing my cutting mode. So I'm like trying to avoid all that type of stuff. So don't even say that. Now you're like torturing me. But I heard the French toast sticks are really good. Look, I literally had this most amazing prime rib. Like, you want to talk about terrible food? Like, my triglyceride levels are off the chain. I had prime rib literally with Yorkshire pudding and fried potatoes yesterday. Oh my God, it was so good. I did enjoy it before I start eating clean again. Actually saves a lot of money when you eat clean too. Meal prep, especially with TSN, Tyson Foods with the chicken. That's a really good dividend growth stock. I'm very impressed with Tyson Foods, TSN. I got to give Matthew Ramey the kudos for that one. And Conagra Brands, CAG. Really like Conagra Brands. CAG in the store, I mean, they have a lot of stuff that's frozen that people heat up with veggies and all that. That's those are two really good stocks. Just reading like people's tweets, comments. Yeah, Target's a good dividend growth stock as well. Send a photo to Matt Money. We're going to send a photo to Matt Money. I think he's playing hard to get with me, trying to go live. So make sure you post on his Twitter on there. Say he's playing hard to get with me. Just sold a rental house in South Florida. I'm going to buy 200. Wow. Which ones do you have in mind? That's wow. 225K in dividend stocks in 3 months. Preferred shares. I don't want to go in depth with that. That's a lot of stuff. Hey Kelly. Well, what are your top 5, Trader Joe? Trying to get. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to try to get Matt on here. I mean, the best thing to do with certain stocks, it depends on what your strategy is. S-West. I mean, everybody. It's just hard to explain it. I mean, it just depends what your strategy is. So Prudential is a really good one. I like the dividend growth on that. Altria is another one. People are going to smoke, don't care. Iron Mountain, I own that one. Love it. Procter & Gamble, excellent dividend growth stock. Kelly, I'll probably do I'll go live with you and Amir one of these times. Kelly's joining the dividend side. I can tell you she is a very successful entrepreneur, and I have to give her kudos for that. Surprised you don't have your own channel. I think that's a good move, Trader Joe. I mean, I wouldn't throw it in the AGNC or anything like that. It's always good to get a raise and make money while you sleep. That's the most important thing. Is like VC properties, they just had a hike, things like that. That's the important thing. Consistency. Just park your money and leave it. That's what I love about dividend investing. I don't have to do all these options trading. I don't have to try to time the market and be on these discords. Oh, I'm selling, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you'll be fine. I went on there and stuff, and like after one or two times it was fine. Probably I think the biggest speech I've ever done was in front of a bunch of residents when I was an exercise physiologist. Probably 250 residents, and just discussing exercise and like how it's important reducing cortisol levels. And they're trying to grill you because I mean they're extremely smart, and that was a big one, like to discuss exercise and stuff. That was probably one of my toughest speeches I've ever gave, or like lectures I ever gave. It's just because like there's so many people, and you're trying to tell them that exercise is important, and how to maintain homeostasis when you're being a resident. That was a tough one. So I want to give you guys kudos too. I started buying Starbulk, and I was thinking about Eagle. Yeah, I work out. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Everybody knows I work out. But thank you for the compliment. Kelly, Matt Money's trying to play games. All you guys need to go on his account on Twitter and YouTube and tell him that he's playing games with me. He's playing hard to get. He wants me to do all these go live with him, and then he decides not to. So I'm busy. I'm traveling. Yeah, Home Depot, I mean, it's amazing like how those guys as a company. Let me tell you, when I worked at Sears, this is 2005 when I was in college. Home Depot and Lowe's just killed them. Just completely killed them. I mean, there's nothing that Sears hardware could do. Prices, products, quality, they just killed them. And those guys are standing strong. I'm telling you, when I drive by my parents' house, very close to Lanny, where Lanny is originally from too. Gosh, that place is so busy. Right off the highway, it is amazing how busy they are. I mean, that's what you want to see when you're investing in dividend stocks, is their companies, how busy they are. Look at McDonald's. People go through the drive-through. Burger King, with QSR, Popeyes. People are in line at Popeyes all the time. Things like that. Starbucks. Like I said before, I mean, I have an espresso machine. People just go right there, and it's those are the type of companies I like and I go for. Flowers Foods. Yeah, I know. I mean, Stanley, I posted a video on Stanley Black & Decker, and when they gave Craftsman up, that was it. And that company's done. Luckily, I'm pretty sure people are protected by a pension. But, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people from Sears that really got tore up from that. What a good dividend growth stock. Stanley Black & Decker. Great mention on that. What about, gosh, I haven't made a comment about this one in a while. Pfizer. How are you guys feeling about Pfizer? By the way, the only time that Matt, Money, and I don't talk is when Ohio State plays Penn State in football. That week, we just stay away from each other. Same with Gen X Dividend Investor. When Ohio State, Michigan plays, we don't talk. Yeah, I mean, consistency is key, Trader Joe, as well as I believe buying the dip. I had a discussion with what's his name, Budget Dog, regarding this, and I do believe that buying the dip is significant. It makes a big difference too. I mean, people are capitalizing on huge dips when the pandemic hit and dollar cost averaging. I think if you can somewhat buy the dip as well as buy in dollar cost average, I mean, you're in good shape. So Kelly, with Pfizer, I've posted videos on this. They have a lot of medications. The most recent one that's in recent news is Paxlovid, which is a medication for people when they get COVID. They're prescribed that, and it's based on the research. It's shown that it reduces the viral load on that, and reduces the longevity of the virus. So that's, I'm just speaking on the research articles and evidence-based practice, but Pfizer also has a lot of medications that are in the hospital. Rocephin, that's a big one. They just have things that are in need for the hospitals as well. So buying AVGO and Apple, that's can't go wrong with that. God, those companies are juggernauts. Powerful. Holy cow. So I've been buying VTRS, which is kind of a little bit of a spin-off, and they carry a lot of products that people have in the market. Nitroglycerin sublingual, so you put it under your tongue if people have chest pain. They have gabapentin and Lyrica, so people that have diabetic neuropathy. I mean, there's a huge rise in diabetic neuropathy because diabetes and the obesity rate is a lot higher. They carry a lot of blood pressure medications that are important as well. So just keep in mind, I mean, VTRS is pretty cheap. My goal is to get to about 200 to 400 shares in VTRS. That's one of my targets. One, it's cheap and it's really solid. Yeah, I like that one. I mean, that's obviously Arbor Realty Trust. That is the goat of the mortgage-backed real estate investment trust. But I think telecom stops. I have Verizon. If AT&T hikes their dividend, um, maybe I'll buy them. I did sell them, but if things look good with those guys, I'll probably rebuy them. So Pfizer has a little bit of a slower dividend growth, but it's solid. AstraZeneca, they're a semi-annual dividend stock. I'm pretty sure they just hiked their dividend, so don't quote me on that. But the future is bright with those guys as a company. They have a lot of products that people need. Brilinta is a medication that AstraZeneca really carries. Their vaccine was so-so, but Brilinta is a medication when people get a stent put in for cardiac catheterizations. They're given Brilinta and aspirin and or Plavix and aspirin. Brilinta is a really good product that they bring to the table. So, that's if you ever see Brilinta or hear of that, that's AstraZeneca. They also, I'm pretty sure they have a medication that's an antidote now for people that take like Xarelto and stuff. But I'll have to look into that. I'll maybe post a video on them and do a review on their medications. So, what do you guys think of Arbor Realty Trust? I was going to bring that one up. I always bring that one up. There is no love-hate there. I absolutely love that one. I'm just going to continue to buy them each week until I get to 400. I think I'm at, I'd have to look, but I'm almost there at 400. Probably by the end of the year, I could probably get to 400. That'll be my first number one target. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I mean, I'm going to be debt free, I'm hoping, and it's going to be a changer, game changer, big time. Hold on a second. Somebody's knocking on my door. All right, never mind. Yeah, I don't think I'm partying tonight. People are knocking on my door ready to party. I'm like, no, I don't think so. Next time. USOI. So the thing with USOI is it's at a certain point it's just done. But the nice thing is, I mean, you can load up on it and use it as passive income to buy different stocks. So some people have used USOI to make $100, $200 a month and then just buy other stocks from the income from USOI. So that's one thing that people have done. And it seems like a pretty decent strategy as well. What's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Boy, we have some people from Canada here. Good group of people on here. Yeah, so 400 shares is kind of my long-term goal with a lot of dividend stocks, and that way I don't have to buy them again, just leave them alone and then reinvest for the long term. So that'll help with my long-term goal of about $2,000 to $4,000 a month in my quarterly dividends. Well, I love Enbridge. I own those guys. So, Shamir, do you have any bank stocks? That I really think Kelly and Shamir in Canada, oh my gosh, those bank stocks are beautiful for dividend income. Do you guys own any of those? Yeah, those are good ones. Yeah, those are nice dividend income. See, over here in the US, I'm pretty sure we get in trouble with a little bit of taxes, things taken out. But Pembina, I like Pembina Pipeline as well. Don't rule out this one. That's one that I like as well. One Oak, that's a good one. And then my favorite mortgage, some of my AFCG Gamma. I like that one. One of the Mary Jane Real Estate Investment Trust. Yeah, I know. That's one of the benefits with that. Great point with that. I've been. I got to give you guys kudos with a lot of these shipping companies. Gosh, they have I posted a video regarding OMF. I just started buying them. So I just started a lot of those shipping companies. I started to load up on my M1 Finance, and holy cow, um, Zim and Starbulk carriers, and Diana Shipping. I think that's what it's called. But those are really good ones that I like. And I got to give you guys kudos with that because you guys started bringing up good ones, and I did some research. I do plan on doing kind of a series with those shipping stocks, and it's really interesting the way things work with those guys. I mean, they really have helped me buy other dividend stocks with that income. Now, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but it's really crazy with that passive income from those guys. If you click my link, I think you can see with the Death Star my shipping ones. I'll tell you which ones I have right now with M1. I'm probably going to add Eagle. What is that? Eagle something. But that's another one that looks pretty good. And let's see, what do I have? I'm just looking at mine right here. I know I need to get a new iPhone before you even say anything. Uh, Starbolt Carriers, GOGL Golden Ocean Group, and Diana Shipping. I have them. Moo Moo. Yeah, I'm gonna get one. My brother's really bitching at me to upgrade, so eventually I will. And my battery percentage or battery capacity is I think it's like 69%. It's terrible. So I need to get one. I have my phone charged at all times, so I need to do something about that. Well, I have an affiliate link to the trading platform, M1 Finance. No, I need a new phone. This thing's holding on an arm and a leg. and being like really frugal and NP school and like trying to have a life. I literally would listen to lectures. This is the first day in a long time I had 8 hours of sleep. I'm not even kidding. Probably the first time in 6-7 months that I had 8 hours of sleep. And God, it feels so good. Get enough sleep. Well, thank you for the compliments. I'm actually 37. I just turned 37 August 20th. I feel like 45 right now. I just got the flu vaccine, so I'm starting to feel it a little bit. Got like a headache. Thank you, by the way, for the birthday wish. So I was going to bring up did I do anything for my birthday? I had a miserable shift being a nurse. I made up for that on the 27th. I had fun with like work friends, but oh, it was a terrible shift on my birthday. Actually, one of my birthdays was at 2016. I had my first patient fall on me. Like he was fine, but it's like, oh, just bad luck on the birthdays working in the same day. Just not a good thing. Um, SLG. Yes, I have SLG in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio. I have JEPI. Jout, I do not. I mean, it took me a while to just research JEPQ. What I'm drinking is one of my friends gave me a Cleveland whiskey bourbon for my birthday, so I'm just like sipping on this. Thoughts on New Tech? I posted a video on New Tech, NEWT, and I will be buying them either on M1 Finance or E-Trade. I haven't figured that out yet, but I like those guys with their model. They're going to be converting from a business development company to a bank, it appears, and I like their model. How many positions do I hold? A lot. So I'm going to just say something. Dividend Dream has a lot of positions, and she's on pace to making 6 figures. She'll do it, and just depends on what your strategy is. So again, I want to get to about 200 to 400 shares of my stocks and then just reinvest. So I have a ways to go, probably about 10 or 15 years till I really start doing some damage, but things are looking pretty good. I mean, I'm already on pace to making maybe about 4 or 5,000 a year. So just leave it alone and reinvest. That's a really good question. Why I have different platforms. So I integrated a dividend investing strategy with M1 Finance because and E-Trade. So and there's certain dividend stocks that distribute certain dividends at certain times. So if I can get a fractional share portfolio of stocks like VC that distribute a dividend this month, and then QYLD, RYLD, XYLD distributing monthly. Maybe you can't really say dividends, but passive income with options and their money, the way they call it. I mean, I guess I got yelled at because it's not dividends with QYLD, RYLD, and XYLD, I guess. But you get the passive income from that. You have certain dividend stocks that distribute dividends in August, November, January, February. And then you basically perfect a portfolio to where these stocks buy other stocks in the fractional share portfolio, and then the snowball effect kicks in. So when I start making, because I think with M1 Finance, I'm making about $200 a month. Don't quote me on that. But I just want certain dividends stocks to distribute dividends at a certain time so that I can earn passive income each month and balance everything out. So, and then E-Trade, you can almost do the same, but I just kind of like the effect of dividend stocks buying other dividend stocks with the fractional shares, and then a snowball effect kicking in. And then E-Trade, I like having individual stocks, just leave them alone, reinvest, and then go from there. So it's kind of a weird strategy I have. I'm not trying to pull a Dr. Strange where he has like 1,000,000 scenarios where he's spinning around, but that's kind of the way I see things. It's a very interesting strategy, but with Matthew Ramey's schedule and the way he has with his dividend stocks, I integrated a lot of his philosophy in his dividend stocks to where I can perfect things. So that I don't want to like confuse the crap out of you or like make your head spin, but I just like certain stocks that distribute at certain times so I can get to my goal of $2,000 to $4,000 a month. My my quarterly dividends, and then $1,000, $3,000 a month in my monthly dividends. FSK, I'm pretty sure I do. How many shares do I own right now? Pretty sure I added that. I think I have. I'm pretty sure I have them. I have only 4 shares in them. And Ryan is another person I'm looking forward to doing a stream with. Him and I message each other all the time and Instagram and do the voice message. He's doing really good. Good for him. Excited for that guy. Good guy. I don't know how the heck he does that working out in the morning. Holy cow. Just ask him. He works out at like 4 in the morning. Ugh. No way. Yeah, I mean, Shamir, what's very exciting and surprising is I didn't think this community would blow up so fast. I mean, you got Ian. I hopped on because of Ian, PPC Ian, and then more people started making videos. And then Twitter, we started really getting big. And we have our own division now, a FinTwit, which is DivTwit. So you guys got to follow me on Twitter. I'll give you a Dividend Warrior Wednesday shout out. I mean, a lot of you guys that are subscribers on here on this channel, I call you guys the Knights of Dark Dividend. So I give you guys an individual shout out. You don't have to pay me anything. So you guys that are very loyal subscribers, I give you big shout outs. So, the thing is, this community is getting a lot stronger and a lot bigger. And, I was telling Matt about that. And wow, this community is just only beginning. And, with FinTwit, FinTwit had a little bit of a bad rep. And, with pumpers and, drama and all this bullshit that goes on there. But really, I have not experienced anybody being dramatic in div twit, and our branch is very special, and it's only going to get bigger. And you guys being great subscribers and the community being very positive, I think that we're only going to get stronger and bigger and faster. I mean, it's very exciting to see our whole community grow. I think more people are realizing that you don't have to day trade to make money. You can invest in the stock market with dividend stocks and earn passive income and treat it as a retirement pension. I really believe that this is a very special community, and our era and is just beginning. So it's going to be very exciting. Yeah, and we always pick on Hidden Freedom, and it's just too easy to get them going in those group chats too. You got it. I mean, you guys got to follow me on Twitter and send me a DM like who you are if you're a follower on my or a subscriber on my channel, because I'll definitely give you a shout out. I mean, message me on Instagram and stuff. It's a funny story what got me into dividend investing. It was one night in 2018. This is actually in July, and I looked into Med and UNP. I have posted videos on Medtronic. Beautiful company. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have no idea how many pacemakers they put in people and stuff now. I mean, because people are getting sicker. Excellent dividend growth stock, by the way. But what got me into dividend investing was I was just looking at stuff in 2018. Oh, Medifast. I did look into those guys. Wait, Medtronic is MDT. That's right. Medifast, and looked into them. They look pretty promising. I think I posted a video on them. But what got me into dividend investing, it was like 2018. And I was like just digging. I had a sleepless night. I'm like, gosh, how can I make money? I don't think a 403B is enough. And I started doing digging and digging. I mean, I learned how to dividend invest in 2 hours, literally from probably, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on my day off as a nurse. I learned how to dividend invest. And actually, my first dividend stock I purchased was Stag Industrial. And it really started going from there. And just more research, more digging, and that's what happened. Found Ian on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch like 2 or 3 videos. And I'm like, okay, this is all you have to do. And boom, there you go. So I distributed money in dividend stocks. I put money in Fundrise and went from there. I mean, there's dividend growth stocks too. I mean, NVIDIA, JP Morgan. You could probably say JP Morgan, Johnson and Johnson. I mean, there's growth and there's dividend growth at the same time. Microsoft, Apple. I mean, you have good stock split history, so there's a lot of promise too. Whew, this vaccine's starting to hit me. I'm like starting to get cold, like that cold breeze where it's starting to kick in. Whew, boy. I went live earlier in the year. What was it? 2021, And gosh, when I had that second vaccine, I was like shivering doing a video with you guys. And I just went live just to let you guys know how I was doing. And my gosh, the people like, man, you look sick and stuff. I'm like, well, yeah, I have 103 fever right now. That was bad. Just getting a strong immune response from those vaccines. I mean, again, I'm not giving medical advice, but a little bit more conservative with my viewpoints. But vaccines work, and there's a reason why you should highly consider it. Yeah, that's one of the factors too, Shamir, that I looked in as well with when it came to dividend investing. I'm like, I can make more money uh, with with other investments. I mean, I have emergency funds just in case, but I agree. I mean, you can treat dividend investing as a retirement pension, and that's my strategy. Yeah, or government pensions or hospital pensions or I just don't believe a 403b is enough. I'm trying to think. Do you feel confident that Social Security uh they're taking money out of Social Security, which was a problem, and probably change the retirement age, which is an issue. I can see that happening. I mean, that's why it's good to have multiple sources of income. Thoughts of 3M. Let me just give you a thought of 3M. Let me just show you my Littman stethoscope real quick. This is one of their best products that they carry. Littman stethoscopes. I mean, so many people in the medical field buy Littman stethoscopes. I cannot tell you how many logos are in the hospital with 3M. Caps for IVs, dressing changes, um, anything and everything with 3M with their logo. I'm not too worried. Again, I don't own these guys. I'm not trying to pump them. This is not financial advice. But these guys make so much money from the hospitals. N95 masks. Don't forget that. They make so much money like from their products. Dude, lawsuits happen all the time in these companies. I mean, this Johnson and Johnson stuff happens. I mean, all these other companies, this happens all the time. I mean, they're prepared for this. They have lawyers for that. I mean, stuff happens. They've been there, done that. I mean, they're prepared for doomsday scenarios like this. People are like, "Oh, they're going to go bankrupt, this and that." do you know how many products they're selling like in the hospital that I currently work at, and just see that logo of 3M? I mean, they ain't going anywhere. And nurses tape. Oh my gosh, how much tape I go through as a nurse. That's pretty prevalent. I would be very surprised. I mean, literally, I got nurses tape in that corner over there. Like, I get done with my shift and like throw it in the shelf and stuff. No way, they're fine. I again, you know, I think I'm a little bit more accurate than Jim Cramer, but they have so much stuff that people need. Well, Kramer just blabs and blabs. I mean, I really try to keep it real and be honest about products with companies with my videos I post with dividend stocks. I mean, that's what you guys need to know. I mean, again, I don't pump stocks. I am very straightforward with what I invest in or what I sold, and I explain why. There's just so many companies like these guys, Clorox, you see their logo. I mean, how many things do they have? Or McCormick, I mean, I'm telling you, they're peppercorns. You guys, if you like pepper, they're peppercorn grinders. So good in the stores. I mean, McCormick seasoning. I mean, these guys, they're not going anywhere. How many times can you grill like chicken or meal prep with chicken with McCormick seasoning? I mean, those guys, they're so good for a reason. Right, exactly, Shamir. I mean, that's why it's so nice with dividend stocks. You know they're going to grow. You know they're making money. You know that they're sucking up other companies. I mean, that's really good. Got my Ohio State shirt on, Shamir. Is I always joke around, Matt Money and I don't talk to each other during Ohio State Penn State week, or Gen X and I during Ohio State Michigan week. I tell you what, if you like football, I'm telling you guys, go to one Ohio State Michigan game one time in life. That is the most insane college football game you'll ever see. It is so intense. It is. I mean, when Michigan beat Ohio State, look, I'm a diehard Ohio State fan, but that game when Michigan came to Ohio State and just took it to them this past year, and those students running on the field, that was somewhat of a beautiful scene, even though it was painful to see Ohio State lose. But that rivalry and that whole rivalry atmosphere is intense with Ohio State and Michigan. You guys got to go to at least one game. Well, I'm not going to trash talk with the Ohio State Miami game, but there was a call before that was, before the field goal, that game would have been over. But Ohio State, and if you look at the credit for the coach that deserves the win, it wasn't Jim Tressel, it was Mark D'Antonio, the defensive coordinator for Ohio State, who was the guy that went to Michigan State and carried them to the college football playoff in 2015. He had that defense so ready. It was unbelievable how physical they were. So I believe that the kudos and the credit goes to him as a defensive coordinator with Ohio State that year. Holy cow, did he have those guys ready? And you saw what he did as a coach, against Ohio State in 2015. But I will give Mario Cristobal some credit. I think he will revamp that area. The best athletes in Florida, if you can keep them within your school and within your state, they're going to be powerful. And I think Mario Cristobal will actually, this is why I'm thinking about having a separate channel based on, and I might just do college football because I really love college football. I believe that I'm somewhat knowledgeable with college football, but Mario Cristobal, like he has the connections with those guys in that area of Miami. And that's the thing with, companies, investors, 3M, you have the right type of people in your company, Apple, you're going to thrive. And Mario Cristobal will probably get Miami to be the best team in Florida. I mean, he knows his stuff. I mean, he completely outcoached Ohio State in that Oregon game. I mean, everybody knew what Oregon was running, but, he's a good coach. And you have a good setup. You have a good tree, like, with good companies like Apple, Realty Income and stuff. That's why they're thriving. Good management. That makes a big difference. Sergio, what's up? Clemson, I went, you know what? I went to a Catholic high school, which is a daughter school of Notre Dame, and I hate Notre Dame. It was beautiful to see Ohio State beat them. And I played football there too. But I'm going to tell you, I don't know about Clemson. You know what drives me nuts? Congratulations with that $100 in VTI. That's good. Good for you. That you got to be excited. It's a good feeling. What drives me nuts, okay, college football and all this, is Disney. Disney is like owns a certain percentage of ESPN. How have they not resumed their dividend? Do you know how much revenue they make from everything? How has Disney not resumed their dividend? Speaking of college football, ESPN and all this, I don't understand that. Well, Boeing, you can somewhat understand that, but Disney, out of everything, is Disney, Lucas Arts, Star Wars, everything. How? Marvel, how have you not resumed your dividend? I mean, Lucas Arts with gaming is pretty serious too. Yeah, I sold them and made a profit. I was very disappointed in them. Very disappointed as a dividend investor. SPHD is starting to make a comeback. SPYD might be the better one right now. But the biggest thing to look at is expense ratios. I think SPYD might be a little bit better. So tourism, what about Camping World Tour? That's somewhat tourism related. Was it camping? That's a good one. Probably give it about 10 more minutes. God, this feels good to be on here with you guys. Core. I'd have to maybe do a video on them. So what about EPR properties, Shamir? I mean, that's kind of almost borderline with what you're looking at. GLPI is beautiful. Almost a mirror image of VC. ENM, I was tempted to do a video on them. May do one. Yeah, I plan on going live a lot more often. I'm going to try to get more people on here and do one with Map Money. What do you think with GLPI? I'm going to probably be on some people's channels too, so it'll be fun. No, GLPI is a pretty good dividend growth stock. Yeah, they're fun. I mean, I really enjoy doing these live streams. Even when I like get back after my shift, like travel nursing, I may do one crashing at Summit County. So but I really want to do one with Map Money and Ryan and Dividend Diplomats. I want a lot of people want me to do live streams with them. I mean, I need to get the ball rolling with that. That'd be a lot of fun. Try to get Investing Sensi on here. I mean, or get on there with him. That's fun. He's a sharp guy. He's a very underrated YouTube dividend investor. It's funny, like all of us get Dave going. It's pretty funny. Dave is something else. So next time Dave goes live, just tell him to stay off the White Claw. All right, so I'm going to probably wrap up in about 2 minutes. Do you guys have any recommendations for dividend stocks? I mean, I'll do videos on them. Felt like it was time to wing it. It was fun. All right, I'll look at it. Whew, this vaccine's like killing me right now. My joints are feeling it, and like I got a headache. I'm starting to like feel cold. So I'm like, it's gonna stay on till 11:30, and I'm like, oh boy, need to take an Advil and go to bed. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. It's a pleasure having you guys on there. Again, it's not financial advice for entertainment purposes only. Disclaimer in the description. You guys have been amazing. This is it's a lot of fun. Just oh, Tim, I'm literally getting off. But I'll do another one another time. I'll make it prevalent, like what time I'll be on, or when I'll be going live. Just make sure you follow me, follow my stories as well, and my what is it? Is that what they call it with looking at YouTube, the community section. So make sure you follow that too. And so you guys have a good one, and I'm going to post a video tomorrow. So you guys take care and have a great night.